So I get a lot of questions about Cyberpunk 2077, and majority of those questions are, what is Cyberpunk and how the game is going to even look like? Now yes, Cyberpunk can be a bit confusing to people that have no idea what it is, especially if you're hearing about it for the first time. Now Cyberpunk 2077 or Cyberpunk 2020 or just Cyberpunk in general started as a pen and paper role-playing game. Cyberpunk itself was created by Mike Pondsmith, and what's amazing is that Mike Pondsmith is working together with CD Projekt Red on the creation of Cyberpunk 2077. Now when it comes to these Cyberpunk role-playing games, first Cyberpunk is called Cyberpunk 2013 and it came out in 1988. Cyberpunk 2020 came out in 1990 and Cyberpunk V3 came out in 2005. And I know this sounds a bit confusing because you're saying, okay, it's 2013, we don't have that technology, but when you're writing about, Cyberpunk itself as a subgenre of the science fiction, and you're writing that in 1988, of course you're going to kinda imagine it to look like that, even though 2013 is definitely not looking like that, but you just have to go with it. But to understand the concept of Cyberpunk itself, imagine it like a subgenre of science fiction where high tech meets low life, where regular people and even low-life scum or criminals have access to good high-end technology. Now, best way for you to understand what I'm talking about is to watch movies like Blade Runner or Total Recall, and if you want to play Cyberpunk video games, I recommend Deus Ex, which is a perfect example, and then Shadowrun or System Shock. Now Cyberpunk itself is based on works of two pioneers of cyberpunk genre, William Gibson and Bruce Sterling, that helped define the genre itself. Now with that genre you can expect high-tech weapons, cybernetic modifications that are going to be a huge part of this game, and also some other things like the specific outfits you can only find in the cyberpunk genre as it is, where you have this high-tech that meets low life, and it's going to result in everything, even the clothes. Now, being a pen and paper role-playing game where you make decisions, fight enemies, level up and buy modifications for your character, you can almost sense the core mechanics of the upcoming video game. The setting is going to be in a noir film style on dark and dangerous streets. The location of the role-playing game is going to be the same in the video game. It's called Night City. It's a city located between Los Angeles and San Francisco. Now the city itself has 5 million people in it, but the problem is that the socio-economical collapse that happened crippled the city a lot, and government had to rely on several mega corporations to survive. So far we know of 20 corporations, and I believe that they're going to play a huge part in the video game itself. There are also classes. You can imagine them as roles, and some of them are cop, fixer, netrunner, nomad, solo, techie, and a bunch of others with unique abilities. So yes, character creation has a huge chance of appearing in the game itself, because I believe that Cyberpunk is not going to have a predefined character, and I know that out there on the internet we have some rumors about that, but I want it to be confirmed first before I actually talk about it. But with also leveling up system, we're going to have different abilities and learn them and shape our character as we go. Awesome thing is that, as I said, Mike Pondsmith is working closely with CD Projekt Red on this game, so that's a huge plus for the game itself, because if someone knows the soul of the game, it's the creator of that game. Now the major question everyone is asking, is it going to be a third person or a first person game? People say it reminds them of Deus Ex, where it's all in first person, but when you go to cover, it's going to be a third person. Now, I believe this game is mainly made for third person, but judging from all the topics on official forums and that kind of stuff, I think the best way is to give the people first and third person, but again, it's actually defined from the core game itself. If the game is made for third person, let it be third person. If it's made for first person, then it's going to be in first person. But from everything I've seen so far, and also it's an RPG, I don't believe it's going to be a first person game. With everything I said so far, you can kinda imagine this game that's going to be like The Witcher done in a different place and time, where you will have missions, work for interesting people, make moral choices, and kinda make your own agenda in all of that chaos. Now when it comes to main story, allegedly our character is going to be a part of the Psycho Squad. Not Suicide, but Psycho Squad, and Psycho Squad is a special department in the police that hunts psychos, people that kinda went too far with implants and it messed them up and it made them crazy and then they attack everything around them. So when you have a problem like that, you call the Psycho Squad. Now also drivable cars are almost confirmed for the game, which makes sense because this is going to be an open world game and we have to travel somehow. We will be able to loot weapons, armor, buy implants that will make us stronger, faster, etc. And when you add an amazing story to it, this game can definitely be something good. Now I hope that I managed to explain the game for you and the overall story behind Cyberpunk and what it actually is. Now you will understand more of it once CD Projekt Red releases more info and maybe another trailer, but that is yet to come. But the game is in development as you're watching this video. So that is all I have for today, but smash that like and subscribe button for all the Cyberpunk related news and videos. Also visit me up on Twitter at LastKnownMeal for more info about the channel and Cyberpunk itself. This is LastKnownMeal, I love you so much, I love you very much, and stay classy everyone, bye bye.